just a short sample of a Texas blues style bass line. You can use many of the usual blues walking bass techniques for Texas blues, but there are a few particular techniques that it's great to know. In this lesson I'll show you a few of those walking bass techniques and get you playing authentic Texas blues bass lines. I've previously made another lesson on walking bass, lesson number 98, and that shows you how to play a walking bass for a country and Delta blues style tune. That style of blues has its roots closer to the jazz swing style, so the walking bass lines have more chromatic lines in them. Texas blues, on the other hand, was more influenced by stride, ragtime and boogie-woogie playing that you'd hear in the barrel houses. You can hear this in the Texas blues bass lines, which have more boogie lines and are more riff based. Texas blues spans a large period of time starting in the early 1900s, and we'll be looking at the style of Texas blues that came out of the 70s and 80s with players such as Stevie Ray Vaughan. To start with, I'll briefly refresh the 12-bar blues sequence, and I'll do that in E, as the exercises and examples in this lesson will be in E. So we have a bar of E, a bar of A, 2 bars of E, 2 bars of A, 2 bars of E, a bar of B, a bar of A, a bar of E, and then we've got a turnaround from E to B. Now sometimes that second bar where you've got the A, that can just be an E, so you have 4 bars of E to start. That's the more simplified version, but today we'll put a bar of A in for the second bar. We'll use the same turnaround for all the examples. So for the last 2 bars we've got a bar of E, so we'll just do quarter notes. E, 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 and then we'll do E. So E, A sharp, B. So we're doing half a bar of E, half a bar of B. E, 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 B. Okay, so E on the 7th fret of the A string, B's the 7th fret of the E string, and we just step up from the 5th fret. A sharp, B. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And in the penultimate bar where I'm playing the 4 E's, we'll obviously play different things there in each example, but we'll always end with this turnaround. I've written this turnaround down on a PDF along with the sequence and the exercises that we've got throughout this lesson, and you can get that PDF for free by clicking the link below in the description, and there's tab and standard notation. You can choose out of those two. The typical feel that you'd associate with a Texas blues is this chugging shuffle feel. I'm now going to play once through the 12-bar sequence with this shuffle feel on the roots only. So I'm going to start on E, and then go to A, back to E. I suggest that you do this as well, as it ensures that you know the whole 12-bar sequence and you know where the roots are of each chord. I'll put that turnaround in as well at the end of the sequence, and this time instead of going E, B, I'll do it from the low E, E. So that's open E. So it's exactly the same turnaround but with the open E first. You can also play this exercise an octave higher, so starting E there, up to A. So you have E on the 7th fret of the A string, A on the 7th fret of the D string, and B on the 9th fret of the D string. So then you've got more options there, you've got choices for the roots. Now that's obviously quite a basic bass line, so we'll add some more walking ideas to make it more interesting. First I'll show you a descending walking pattern where we're using 4 quarter notes in each bar. So obviously obviously this is over the same sequence, so we know what our root notes are, and we're going to start on E on the 7th fret of the A string, and we're just stepping down E, D, C sharp, B. So from the A string, 7, 5, 4, and then 7, that's a B on the E string. And then we move it up to the A, so we just go to the string higher, and then back to the E, and then the A, and then back to the E, and then to the B. So remember that's fret 9 of the D string, A, E, turn around. We're now going to play 2 notes to each beat. On the first note of each beat we're going to just play that walking line, so, and we're going to put a low E in each time after each note, so E, bottom E, D, bottom E, C sharp, bottom E, B, bottom E. And I play the notes on the A string with my second finger on my right hand and just keep my first finger for the roots. And you can play a really strong bottom E there. And this really fattens the bass line up. When we move the pattern up to A, you can use the open A's. So open A, open A, open A. And when we move to B, I just still use the open A. A, E, then turn around. So I'll play that for you now with the backing track. I really like that line. You've got a really fat bass line, and also I really like the shuffle feel that you play as well. The last walking line that I'll show you in this lesson is a typical Boogie walking bass line, and you'll probably recognise this. Remember that I've written this down and all the examples on a PDF, and you can get that below in the description. Start this exercise on the higher E, so the 7th fret of the A string, and start with your second finger on E. And we're playing an arpeggio shape. We're playing root, 3rd, 5th, 6th, 7th. This is a diagram that shows you how all those notes look on the fretboard. If you need more help about specifically using these chord tones, then click the link here. That will take you to another lesson of mine on the blues, and I'll explain there how you construct these arpeggios. This sort of bass line would originally have been played in the left hand of the piano, and if you listen now to a short section of the backing track, you'll hear this line in the guitar part. When you're at a jam night or a rehearsal and you're playing through a blues tune, it's really good to listen to the guitarist. So in this case, it's quite a prominent line, this boogie line, so it's a good idea to follow the guitarist. Now when we play the example, we only play 1 bar of E and then a bar of A. So the boogie line takes 2 bars, so we just cut it short for the first bar and we play. And then up to the A. We have to jump there. Or that shape, just start the A on the 12th fret of the A string. So E, A, and then back to E, up to the 7th. So that's root, 3rd, 5th, 6th, 5th, 7th. So slowly. So that's once round the boogie line. And then we play the same line on A. You can play the C sharp there instead of back down here, or we can play the whole line here. Whichever you prefer, and then back to E. And then we move to B. Play that pattern. And then the same on A. And then to E. And then the turnaround. So practice this exercise in your own time. Remember, I've got this written down on the PDF with tab and standard notation. And also try and put some of these ideas into your own bass lines. You can try this example down the octave as well. It's obviously a bit different because we've got the open strings, but see if you can play that down the octave. I hope these 4 examples have now given you lots of ideas of what to play for a Texas blues. If you're jamming a blues tune, then always listen to the guitarist and see what he's playing and see if you can pick out any prominent lines. But as always, use your ears and just play what you think sounds good. The more walking lines you learn, the better, as then you'll have more choices of what to play in different situations. At the end of this video, I'll play 3 choruses of the Texas blues, and I'll use the techniques that we learnt in today's lesson and put a few more in as well. So have a listen and see what other techniques you can spot. I'll write that bass line out on a PDF so you can get that along with the other exercises below. I'll also leave the backing track running minus bass, so that's 3 whole choruses, so you get a chance to practice and play your own bass lines to that. Remember to subscribe to Greg's Bass Shed here on YouTube by pressing the red subscribe button below, and please like and share this video, that really helps me out. You might also want to check out my website gbshed.com. You get a freebie when you sign up to my mailing list. I've got loads more bass resources over there, and also I've got a bass beginner guide that you can purchase on the products page. This is Greg from Greg's Bass Shed. I'll see you in the next video.